जहाँ में कोई है ना होगा.
So in this video, I'm gonna show some production techniques that I applied to the song Jahaan, which is part of a project called It Might Get Glitchy. So this song is an electronic, well, it's pop with a lot of electronic elements layered around it. It's in Urdu, so I'm not sure if many Urdu artists have created anything like this before, so this was kind of fun to do. Talking about the glitch, the song actually starts off with a bunch of radio static. I'll just play that initial part. So you can clearly hear the typical FM radio sound, like when you're trying to tune into a particular channel. But that's just one of the elements. If I solo it, you hear the radio thing over there, but there are also a couple other elements. The one on top over here is like a pitched, very soft pitched, low frequency kind of a sound. Yeah, very, very subtle, just kind of sitting in the background. And somewhere in between, there's this ceramic cup or bowl fall sound. So let's hear that. Let's just solo that and hear it. Yes, it probably doesn't quite sound like a ceramic bowl slash cup, but if I reverse it, because that's what I had done, I reversed the original sample, so this is what it initially sounded like. Now that sounds more like a ceramic cup. So yeah, that's what it's all about, layering sounds and coming up with something unique. So that was the intro thingy over there. Other glitch that I have, the glitch that's going on is this on the piano. So let me solo the piano. So yeah, a lot of clicks and pops and reverse piano sounds and stuttering things that's causing a lot of glitch. Normally, people would not want something like this in their music, but this I kind of liked it, so I went for this kind of a sound. It's not originally from here. The sound is from a piano sample library from Contact, which then went through Reactor. There's a particular ensemble that I use in Reactor that could glitch up sound. So that's what you're hearing the result of that. So that was on the piano, the glitch. Another interesting thing that I did was this is kind of inspired by electronic artist called BT, also known as Brian Trancio. Let me just play the sound. Actually, not specifically that. Yeah, that's kind of a stutter effect, but I think it's this part over here. Yeah. So there are plugins now that are available that can do stuff like that, but I just did it the old school way, just manually repeating the same note a gazillion times and uh, just manually, just by ear, trying to see what the distance should be, because I wanted it to start off very, very, like I want all these notes to be really, really close and then gradually slow down. So, and of course, also you can see the velocity is also gradually increasing, so that creates a nice effect there. And the original sound is nuts. This is a sound from Microhammer, so I kind of liked that library, so I'm using a lot of nut sounds. A lot of the percussion actually is just a bunch of nuts. If I solo this track, you'll hear some nutty sounds. Yeah, and then of course some reverse samples as well. So that's what's going on over there. This is called a rhythmic gate effect. I'm using a plugin which I love called Stormgate. That's a free plugin. You can look that up. Create some really nice rhythmic gates. This is what it would sound like. Yeah, so there's three synths playing exactly the same part, and overall, they're kind of panned here a bit. This one's panned to the left, this one to the right, and this the third one to the center. So I'm getting a nice full sound. There are a few more glitchy sounds that I got from the iPad. Um, I was using a program called Jasuto. It's like a modular synth kind of a app, similar to a Max MSP. So I think it's this track. Let's zoom in. Yeah. So that's a kick sound which is stretched out. You hear that in here. So yeah, I like that effect. So it creates interesting tension in the music. What else do we have here? I think this is another kick. I have a whole bunch of different kicks. This is just a sample as is. I don't really do much to it, a little bit of EQ and bit reduction. This is from Twisted Tools. They make some really cool stuff. And this is also a free sample library. I like that bit reduced sound. In fact, the original already was kind of bit reduced if I remove all my EQ and bit reduction. Maybe not. Okay, so that was me. Okay. One thing I did kind of like was uh, another sample by not by Microhammer but by Tonehammer. They're not called that anymore, but you can look that up. This is let me try and find that. Yeah, there you go, Cylindrum. So this is actually my bass for the chorus. So if you've ever heard, and it has a little bit of a delay. So if you ever heard of the Blue Man Group, or if you've ever heard their music, you definitely would have recognized that sound. So I like that. So I use that as my bass for most of the song, actually, not just the chorus. Um, yeah, I think that should be it. The rest of it is pretty much the usual electronic music production techniques that anyone else would use. So, all right, thank you for watching.